Welcome to another edition of Would You Rather. Today's Would You Rather is, would you rather pull a bullet out of your arm, which is Jay's position, or pull your own tooth, which is Ron's position? Jay, start us off.
I want to point out first off, although I've never been shot in the arm, I can imagine what it would feel like. And the emotional toll from getting shot in the arm, not nearly as big as pulling your tooth out. So you're shot in the arm, you have a bullet. How far deep can it really be? Because your arm, I mean, whether it's in the bicep or in the forearm, I really think you're going to be able to get to it. And as long as you're not a klutz, you should be able to pull it out without minimal damage, and assuming that you have some medical attention to fix your arm, I would definitely prefer that over pulling your tooth out, because you have to grab your tooth, which you get to look at every day in the mirror, as well as everybody else gets to look at, and you have to yank it out, uglifying your entire mug. And I just don't see why you would want to do that.
First, I'd like to start by saying that Jay is a jackass.
Ron's an idiot.
Secondly, I'm an idiot because I can't get his name right. Thirdly, he has never been shot in the arm, and there are plenty of important arteries that will make you bleed very badly. And even if you are very skilled, you could still nick an artery, and there's no good way to do it without someone else pulling it out. You have to sterilize it, which is going to hurt. You have to cauterize it, which is going to hurt. And with the tooth, as clearly demonstrated in the movie The Hangover, even a dentist isn't afraid to pull his own tooth out. And that's while drunk. Nothing bad can happen. Clearly, it is the better way to go.
Well, I'm not sorry for calling you an idiot.
I admitted to it.
Apparently, Ron has no problem with being ugly, clearly demonstrated by what you just saw in the camera. What an ugly mug. So, apparently, if you want to pull your tooth out, I mean, I'm basing my argument on the fact that what you're going to be looking at every day, because I'm going to assume that you're just not going to replace it for a little while. And you know what? When that hole in your arm heals over, that's a wicked looking scar. You can show that off to chicks. And dudes, if you're into that. But, I mean, apparently Ron has been shot in the arm because he's trying to deflate my argument by saying, oh, you know, you've never been shot in the arm. Yes, I admit that. I would have probably further evidence if I had been shot in the arm. But yes, there's a lot of vein or arteries in your arm, but if it was so important, or, well, I mean, it is important, but if it was so, like, tragic as Ron puts forth, then I think there'd be a lot more people that are dying from getting shot in the arm, which there are not. So, I mean, you yank it out, yeah, you gotta cauterize it, which I pointed out, and you should be fine, with the scar to boot.
Well, first, again this time,
Sorry.
if I have a tooth missing, I don't have to say, oh yeah. Saying I pulled a tooth out myself is a pretty good story. You know, that looks pretty good compared to having a useless arm because you nick some arteries and nerves and other ligaments. It doesn't make your face that ugly. They make plenty of porcelain veneers and other stuff like that. You could easily replace it. What happens if you nick an artery or nerve or any of that other stuff? You lose the use of your arm. You pull a tooth out, honestly, what's the worst that could happen? And for the record, I do not have an ugly mug, and Sobe is fantastic to drink.
Alright, Jay, final argument.
Do you really want to be known for pulling your own tooth out? Hey guys, you know, you're gonna really respect me because I pulled this out all by myself.
Look, I still have both my arms in full use.
Oh, but everybody was looking at your teeth.
All my teeth are still there too, because I had it replaced by a professional.